I don't know how my little sister offended you, sir. Please, I will do anything you want. Let her go. Christy knelt on the dirty floor, pleading bitterly. The two grumpy Korean men who stood before her darted annoying stares at her. They were in a secluded warehouse far off from the bustling city of Seoul. How did things turn out this way? How did she suddenly become a victim to the city lone thugs? It was hard to explain. Have you finally come back to your senses? The man, who seemed to be the leader, snorted. I'm sorry, sir. My sister is too young to undergo any harsh treatment here. Please forgive us. Christy continued begging. If you really want to rescue your sister, you must do something for us. The man said, walking closer to her, and she swallowed hard on nothing. What is it, sir? She asked, anxiously staring at him. 2 weeks later, Christy was dressed in a corporate black suit and stood in front of the glass-wall luxurious skyscraper building with bold animated letters, Song Group. The entourage of sleek black expensive-looking cars surfaced from a distance, parking at the entrance of the company. Christy knew it was time. Sir. The executive staff, dressed in neat black suits, stood line up at the front entrance as the youngest CEO of Song Group, Mr. Lee Jae-min, stepped out of the car. He looked so icy, domineering, his expression unreadable, and his presence was intimidating as he started walking in between them, approaching the entrance with his hand in his pocket. At first look, he was totally unapproachable, but at that moment, Christy didn't think much about the consequences. Help! Help! She rushed, looking scared as she collided with Jae-min. Luckily, he caught her in the air, his stout arm wrapped around her waist. The both of them exchanged shocking and confused stares. Boss! Some guards attempted to stop her, but he waved his hand in the air as he let go of Christy, while they stood upright. Who are you? What's going on? He asked her coldly. She could barely maintain her gaze on him. They are chasing me. She pointed at a distance, but when he faced the direction, there was no one there. He sighed. I guess they're gone now. Can you move it? He asked seriously. I'm sorry, but I can't. They will come back again. Christy refused, shaking her head. Then, his secretary walked behind Jae-min and whispered something in his ear. He let out a sharp sigh again, looking frustrated. Take care of her. I have to get busy. He brushed her aside and walked straight into the company lobby. Christy sat in the spacious, extravagant-looking office of Jae-min for hours. The interior furnishing were classic. The atmosphere was both tense and soothing. The panoramic view in the office was spiraling the entire bustling city, and everything was perfect. She had just crossed the first stage. Just then, the door pulled open and a young, handsome man walked into the office. She quickly stood up to greet, but when she noticed it was Jae-min, she smiled. What are you still doing here? He fired at her, looking pissed. I can't leave yet, sir. Christy was scared. She didn't know who she was dealing with or what he could do to her, but she must do it. She had to do it any way she can. Why? He stared at her in confusion. Those men, they're still waiting out there for me. They will kill me, she said, pretending to be scared, and he smirked. He walked up to his desk and sat down. He started writing on his checkbook, looking so serious. How much do you want? I will give it to you. Let's get done and over with this. He paused and looked up at her. I don't know you. We are total strangers. You can't just bump into my world and start acting weird. He informed her curtly. I know this may seem crazy, sir, but you are the only one that feels safe to me right now. She began. I just came to Korea. Everything is still new to me. I'm scared. And those men, I don't know what they want with me. She rambled with words sadly, and he sighed. What a total mess. So, what do you want me to do for you? He paused. Do you want guards? Money? I can't keep you just because you want that. I have my privacy and life to protect. And it's not my duty to keep every scared stranger. He reminded her annoyingly. Please, sir. Until I'm able to understand how things works here, can you keep me? She rushed over to him, pleading sadly. I can wash, clean, cook, and also mind my business. Please take me in. She urged him with her eyes, and he gave her a long look. What? He scoffed in shock. This only makes things fishy.
he muttered.
Please, she ignored his words, still begging him. Jamin, dressed in a black turtleneck top and white trouser, walked into his bedroom, and his mother followed him, closing the door behind her. I know you are trying to save your public face during our election period and whatnot. But does that warrant you to bring a strange lady home? His mother questioned him seriously, and he sighed, running his hand through his hair. Do you think I didn't try to reject her? She's clingy and looks pitiful. He began. She acted so dramatic that if I hadn't agreed, my face would have been all over national TV by now. He shrugged, and his mother exhaled heavily. What kind of a mess is this? So, what do you plan to do with her? She asked him. I don't know. As long as she doesn't bother me, she can stay as long as she wants. I'm barely home, so she would hardly matter to me. He said rashly, and his mother smirked. Seriously? Can you hear yourself? She isn't even your wife. How can you be so comfortable leaving her home? His mother queried. You have always been bored all day at home, mother. Take her as a new gist partner whenever I'm away for work. What do you say? He asked her sarcastically, wiggling his brows, and his mother laughed at the one that fit. You know what happens if I get too close to her, right? Or, do you want to marry a black woman? She asked, raising an anxious brow. Fate will tell, mother.
He paused.
All right, I'm tired now. Let's talk further tomorrow, he said, gently pushing her out of his bedroom, but she bulged. But you haven't told me how the meeting. How did everything go? Did Mr. Hong give you any headache this time? She questioned him impatiently, and he chuckled. I promise to give you all the details you want, mother. But for now, your dear son is tired. His mother gave him a long look and sighed. Fine, tomorrow then. They exchanged warm smiles as his mother walked out of his bedroom. Seated on the large soggy bed in the luxurious mansion bedroom, Christy's eyes wandered in every corner of the room in admiration. The room was so big and classic. She had settled in for hours, but she couldn't stop admiring the quality furniture used for the interior furnishing. The ringing of her phone pulled her out of her reveries as she picked up the call. Immediately she saw the caller. How is it going with you over there? A familiar voice filtered through the phone speaker. It was Mr. One, the lone gang boss. Fine, sir. I have just settled in, she said, her breath seizing in her throat. Our operation starts from tomorrow. Be prepared. Mr. One informed her seriously, and without waiting for her response, the call ran into a beep. Good morning. Jamin and his mother, Madam Lee, looked shocked as they stared at Christy, who happily prepared breakfast in the open kitchen. With a smile on her face, she placed the meal that she had prepared in front of them, turning the fruit juice into the empty, neat glasses. We never asked you to do this. We have maids. Madam Lee informed her politely. Why maids when I'm here? CEO Jamin has saved my life, and this is my own way of showing appreciation, she said with excitement lingering in her voice. I understand that you want to make yourself useful, but for everyone to be comfortable in this house, leave every chores for the servants and focus on getting back on your feet. Jamin paused. I won't be accommodating you for too long, so you know, he added, standing from the seat. His mother looked worried. You have barely touched your meal. Where are you going? His mother asked anxiously. I will leave first. I have an important meeting to catch up with, he said seriously. Really? I'm coming with you. Suddenly, Christy said, hastily pulling off the apron. What? Jamin and Madam Lee stared at her in confusion. I'm coming with you, sir. Christy made a comeback, letting out a toothy smile. Yes, that's what I'm asking. Why are you coming with me? He asked, staring at her annoyed. I want to learn a thing or two from you. I hate being idle. Who knows, I might be a good staff for your company, she meticulously said, and he smirked. This is ridiculous. His mother angrily slammed her hand on the table. They faced her. Calm down, Mum, he said. Why should I calm down? Can't you see this lady has some hidden intentions? His mother said rhetorically. Please forgive me, CEO and Madam. I only want to make myself useful since I don't have anything doing, Christy rattled out, almost immediately. Jamin and his mother exchanged frustrated stares. What do you think you can do in my company? Do you want to serve as a janitor or errand lady? He asked in disgust. Maybe your secretary? She suggested, and his mother smirked. He already has a capable person for that. His mother responded, Then I will just be around you and learn everything that you know. She said with a smile, Do I look like a mentor?
He sighed.
Jamin, how do you intend to fix this mess? His mother asked, already sounding annoyed. She isn't coming with me because my movement today is confidential. He said seriously, Mr. CEO, trust me, I can really help you. Christy urged him. Your pleading won't work this time. Stay home and get busy with my mum. Without waiting for another word from her, Jamin rushed out. Christy felt sad. Maybe that was part of her acting, but when she turned sideways and saw Madame Lee seriously staring at her, she exhaled deeply. Tell me, who asked you to come here, and why are you all over my son? Madame Lee asked anxiously, crossing her arms. I'm not following, ma'am, she said, her legs already feeling wobble. Not just her son, but even the mother was a bigger threat. You know what I mean, Christy. Why are you here? Madame Lee made a comeback. Some loan sharks are after me. I don't know what they want from me. Mr. CEO is the only one that can save me right now. She confessed sadly. Really? How much do you want to pay them off? I can give it to you as long as you stay away from my son. Madame Lee assured her with certainty. I doubt money can soothe these men, ma'am. I just need to stay far away from them. She lied. She is truly pitiful. Madame Lee muttered under her breath while shaking her head. Does that mean you will continue staying with us here? That may not work for long. Madame Lee shrugged. I will see what I can do, and also make sure that I don't be a burden to you or Mr. CEO. She said, and Madame Lee smirked as she stood up. His name is Jamin. Madame Lee paused. As long as you don't distract my son or hurt him, I won't have an issue with you, young lady. Madame Lee walked away from the chair and approached Christy. The rules in this house is simple. Mind your lane and don't temper with my son. Madame Lee flashed her a warm yet warning smile which caused Christy to swallow hard on nothing as she walked out of the dining room. What was that? What was she trying to tell me? Christy exhaled heavily, placing a hand on her chest. After his long confidential meetings, he walked into his office that evening, so tired, and found his secretary, Chun, waiting for him. Good evening, boss. Chun greeted as they took their seats across from each other on the luxurious couch, arranged at a corner, in the spacious office. Chun, I thought we agreed to meet tomorrow, he said with a sharp sigh. Yes, boss, but I got some early heads up and wanted to share them with you since it's concerning Ma'am Christy. Chun said courteously. So, what about her? I need only important details. He said seriously. Here you go, boss. See for yourself. Chun said, passing the tablet to him which he received and started scrolling in silence. He rubbed his chin with a deep sigh. Her sister is kidnapped. He asked rhetorically. So I heard from the people in the neighborhood, the investigators too, and I assume it is related to the thugs who are after her life. Chun said conclusively. That means she never lied when she said she was being targeted. He muttered. Boss, what will you do now? It's quite risky to keep her with you. Chun paused. How about I secure a good apartment for her and position guards at her service? Chun suggested. I gave her money and guard offers, but she rejected them all. I feel she wants to stay with someone that seems a bit stronger, who can protect her. Jamin said, nodding his head with certainty. But you don't know her, boss. Chun reminded him. I will just help her and watch her for now. Let's see where all these leads to. Jamin said, and Chun sighed. Fine, boss. Whatever you want. I will have my eyes on her. 24 hours, Chun said steadily. Good. The mansion was suddenly taken over by thick silence as Christy walked in the hallway. She had earlier checked to confirm that Madame Song was sleeping soundly in her room. I just need to be fast, she whispered to herself as she hastened her footstep. She pretentiously knocked on the door and walked into Jamin's study room. The study room had exquisite furnishing, so classic with bookish smell. It was also dimly lit, casting her shadow at each step that she took. Where can I find it? She hurried over to his desk as she began sorting through documents. She groaned each time she met her loss. Then, she opened his drawers and started searching. She still hadn't found what she was looking for, which only got her frustrated. She walked over to the bookshelves and continued looking for it. A fund waiver and offshore document, she whispered as she looked through each book on the shelf. That was the book or document whatsoever. That was what she was looking for. Just then, her eyes met with a safe lockbox that was in between the shelves. This is it, she whispered, a mischievous smile on her face as she tried to unlock the box. She had tried the first time, and it was rejected. She bit her lips, thinking hard on what the password might be when the door pulled open. What are you doing here? The cold masculine voice of Jaemin pervaded in the room as she froze in shock.